It's a nice sunny morning. Your alarm rings. You wake up, scroll to Instagram, take a shower, eat breakfast, and leave for work. And then you work hard, socialize, and come back home. Same old Netflix, scroll through social media again, and then this happens. You look at this guy, that handsome dude with a beautiful girlfriend, traveling overseas, driving expensive car, an entrepreneur, DJ, and a chef. You start judging yourself. You start noticing how messy you are, why none of your dreams are achieved, and why am I single yet?
So, if you have ever felt like this, then you are no different than me. 2 years ago, I was in a position where I was stuck in a 9 to 5 rut and not really doing anything other than just living the same routine life every day. And being honest, there's no one to blame for that but myself. I was the one who was always procrastinating things, being lazy, always pretending I don't have time, or I just didn't know where to start. So, when that day came, when I was on my boiling point and I wanted to make a change and give myself a chance to do something different and create a better life for myself, the first decision I made was taking full ownership of my life. As they say, there is only one person who is responsible for the quality of your life, and that's you. So first thing first, I started writing all the things that were important to me, and I gave a deadline to each and every task that I wanted to achieve. By writing things, you feel more accountable to complete that task, and according to many researchers, you are 42% more likely to achieve it once you write it down. I always found it very funny why we don't set any deadlines for our personal goals, especially when we have a deadline for every other professional task. When you don't have a deadline, you are going to procrastinate every time. You will be like, I will do this tomorrow or after that, but that day never comes. So by taking full ownership, you will know what you want to achieve and when you want to accomplish that specific goal. And instead of blaming others, you will stop complaining and you will take full responsibility to achieve what you really want in life. After figuring out what I want in life, the next thing I knew that I needed to take care of, my finances. Like for years, I knew where my money was coming from, which was my 9 to 5 job, but I never tried to track my expenses. I didn't have any savings. I was not paying my bills on time. And I always had that guilty feeling when spending money. So I finally used the accountancy lessons I took in school and I created a sheet to track my income and expenses. I not only started tracking my expenses but also started working on building multiple income streams. And it was important because I didn't want to give up on the things I like. So I started offering freelance services, joined a part-time job, and I also created a few passive income streams. And because I was doing all the things that I enjoy, I never felt exhausted or tired. Plus, seeing a good amount in the bank account was a good feeling. Now that I knew I am on the right track and I started seeing that I am near to achieving some of my goals, life started to get a bit more interesting. One fine day, I went to my friend's place. He was renting a room in a house, but whenever he wants to work or wants to do something productive, he would go to the living room. I asked, why can't you do the work in this room? He said, the living room is my productive work zone. Interesting. So for the next 20 days, I followed what my friend was doing.
I created a separate workplace for myself away from my bedroom. And within those 20 days, I was able to see a big difference in my productivity. I was not feeling sleepy anymore, and I was way more focused and able to do more in less time.
And because my productivity insanely increased, this is where an idea came up and I made the decision of living in an apartment. I rented a new place with one bedroom and a living room, and it is still the best decision I have ever made.
Now, because I had multiple income streams, buying a few new clothes never hurts. It was time to glam the fuck up. I started taking care of my skin more intentionally, cooking healthy food, a bit of exercise, and yoga. And within a few weeks, I could see some amazing changes, and I was feeling way more confident and healthy.
After making these small changes, I could experience a drastic change in my life. But there was this thing that was constantly bugging me: social media.
Like every other 28-year-old guy, I was spending 1 or 2 hours daily on social media. I mean, it's cool to stay connected to friends and other stuff, but knowingly or unknowingly, I was judging myself on everything. Even though I knew I was comparing myself to someone's highlight reels, I was feeling really stressed.
Solution?
I searched on YouTube how to avoid social media's negative effects, and pretty much everyone suggested quitting social media.
I knew I could not stop using social media as all my business was dependent on these platforms.
So the solution was I started focusing on creating more content rather than consuming. Of all the 2 hours on social media, I was spending 1.5 hours creating and half hour on engaging with the accounts who align with my goals and trying to do the things that I aspire to do.
Yes, I unfollowed a lot of people whom I felt I could not connect with, or people I was constantly comparing myself. And it doesn't mean you are disrespecting someone, it just you are giving more importance to your mental health.
This trick not only saved me from social media's negative effects, but also increased my productivity immensely.
While this trick helped me in the online world, I thought how cool would that be if I can use this trick in the real world also. One thing I have realized: when you decide to put yourself out there, there will always be people judging you, saying negative things about you, laughing at you, or just don't appreciate what you are trying to do. And that's fine. Remember, people aren't against you, they are for themselves.
So my decision was to ignore all these people and focus on surrounding myself with the people who are on the same mission.
I still vividly remember watching a video by motivational speaker Tom Bilyeu where he said, if you want to achieve success fast, find a person in your circle who has achieved everything that you want to achieve in your life and dedicate all your time for 1 year learning from him.
And that's exactly what I did. I surrounded myself with all those people who I want to be like someday and learned from them. And my life has never been the same again.
When you set out to do something big in your life or career, when you start your journey towards your success, the first hurdle you're gonna get is feeling overwhelmed.
You have so many ideas, you want to do so many things, but you just feel confused. What to do first and where to even start? I overcame this overwhelming feeling by reviewing my goals daily. Each night I used to write down all the tasks on a notepad, and the next day start with the things that were the most important.
I understand we want to achieve big things and big goals, but first we have to start with these small tasks to reach the final goal. Remember watching that Will Smith video? Let me show you.
And I learned very young, you don't try to build a wall. You don't set out to build a wall. You don't say, I'm going to build the biggest, baddest, greatest wall that's ever been built. You don't start there. You say, I'm going to lay this brick as perfectly as a brick can be laid. There will not be one brick on the face of the earth that's going to be laid better than this brick that I'm going to lay in this next 10 minutes. And you do that every single day.
And soon you have a wall.
And soon you have a wall.
Yeah.
And I think psychologically, the advantage that gives me over a lot of people that I have been in competition with in different situations is it's difficult to take the first step when you look how big the task is. The task is never huge to me. It's always one brick.
Me too.
Every night or morning, think about the brick that will lead you to your final goal. After this, I decided to adapt to a new habit that helped me become mentally strong. It gave me a clear pathway to what I want to do next and helped me evaluate my overall plan, whether I'm happy with what I'm doing with my life.
And that's journal writing. Journaling is the single most important decision that helped me reinvent my life and consciously create a life that I wanted. For me personally, I was in a state where I was hustling too hard and I didn't have any end to my expectations. Even after achieving the goals that I wanted to achieve for a long time, I was not feeling satisfied. I wanted more. And there were days in my life where I was feeling too exhausted and it started happening too often. Journal writing not only helped to put an end to this feeling but also helped me define my goals better. Now the next decision is a bit random, but I feel this decision makes me the happiest. Live your life on your terms. I mean, we all know life is short. Just embrace whatever time you have in this beautiful world. If you like that phone and your pocket allows it, then buy it. You love someone? Go and tell them.
I always wanted to live a life that is true to myself, not the life others expected of me. And last not the least, I decided to help people in need. Doing things for others, whether small, unplanned acts or regular volunteering, is a powerful way to boost your own happiness as well as of those around us. It could be something like replying to a query of someone on Facebook. But trust me, the way you feel happy after helping someone without any expectation is way better than buying something materialistic.
Now, I would not say my life is all sorted or I have achieved everything that I wanted. There's still a very long way to go. But these decisions have turned my life around and have given a new purpose to me, and it could do the same to you. Remember, if we boil down everything to the most core controlling factor to all the results in your life, it comes down to one thing: that your whole life is controlled by one factor. And that one factor is what decisions you make in your life.